Thank you, Deputy Speaker. Deputy Speaker, all members of this Parliament from all political parties carry a constitutional obligation and the right to respect, uphold, and defend the Constitution, Mr. Zuma included. We must do so at all costs, regardless of whose interests are at stake. The EFF has exposed again and again that the ruling party attitude and approach towards multi-party democracy means something different to what the Constitution intended. To the ANC, the multi-party system of democracy means everyone must help them to help Mr. Zuma, to put Mr. Zuma first, the Gupta family second, and the ANC and the rest of the people of South Africa at the bottom. There is no turning back for the ruling party. They allowed Mr. Zuma to destroy all other institutions meant to protect an ANC debating forum. It is the parliament of the people of South Africa. As for Mr. Zuma, wherever he is, he must know that to us, he remains an illegitimate president. We do not recognize him. We have no reason to respect a man who does not respect the Constitution of South Africa. In fact, Mr. Zuma is not welcome in this parliament. As the EFF, we will never allow Mr. Zuma to speak on our heads for as long the Constitution of this country maintains that he has broken the oath. Deputy Speaker, as if the Concord was not clear on the Ngandla judgment, your office is failing to lead this parliament. Parliament is failing to protect and defend the Constitution. You have invited kids here. You want them to learn your inability to defend the Constitution. Parliament is failing to hold the executive accountable. In fact, Deputy Speaker, it is now clear that the ruling party does not want the executive to be held accountable by this parliament. Parliament has failed to remove Zuma, who has grossly violated his oath of office. You must take lessons from one of your partners in BRICS. If you don't listen to us, when President manipulates budget, they are not worthy to occupy President's office.
Honorable Rawula, please take your seat.
Thank you.
The speaker on the podium referred to the president of the country as Zuma. His Excellency, the President of the Republic of South Africa, the Honorable Mr. Zuma.
Honorable member, did you refer to the President as Zuma?
No, I referred. Mr. Zuma has done the worst. It remains a bizarre why he is still in the office. His parliament has failed to pass legislation and it loses cases all the time. His parliament has failed to lead by example. How are we supposed to safeguard the people's taxpayers' money when the Secretary of Parliament, Mr. Mgidlana, is wasting parliament limited resources in luxury overseas trips, flying business class and staying in five-star hotel? How is Parliament supposed to lead important legislation such as the minimum wage?
House Chairperson. Honorable House Chairperson, on a point of order.
Please take your seat. Honorable Deputy.
The statement is misleading. The honorable member doesn't have all the facts. So he must check the facts first before he accuses people of doing something that is not there.
Honorable member, that is a point of debate. Can we allow it?
You are not a chief whip. Chairperson, Madam Speaker, there is an urgent need to restore dignity of this Parliament House before you are left alone to continue to undermine the Constitution and make a mockery of the people of South Africa. Parliament must appoint retired judges who are willing to preside over important debates and guidance over court cases to avoid what happened at the Constitutional Court. Parliament must employ all Parliament staff and ban labor brokers and outsourcing. Parliament must appreciate the principle of multi-party democracy. Any member, regardless of which party, must be able to preside over debates and committee meetings. Some of the chairpersons in your committee meetings are sleeping. Parliament must do away with ANC deployment parliament of staff and researchers. Parliament staff must be appointed on merit, qualification and suitability of the job. Parliament must exercise its power and use the money bill legislation and stop asking favors from the National Treasurer. Parliament appropriate money, not the Minister of Finance. And it is then that Parliament Budget Office will start doing its work instead of being committee secretaries to Standing Committee in Finance. Now, most importantly, and progressive step going forward, Parliament must institute disciplinary proceedings to Mr. Zuma for his gross violation of his oath of office amongst many sins he has committed. We're offering you a much more superior logic. If like the one in Free State, Ace Mahashule, and you've got the one Supra in Northwest, if President Zuma is unable to provide
on the point of
leadership to his premiers, how is he going to ensure they are living up to the expectations of the Constitution?
Honorable Khadeb.
Honorable Chairperson, this member is referring to the premiers of the other provinces as corrupt, which is something he cannot prove, because by default they are members of parliament because they are leading the delegation of the NCOP. Please rule on that.
Honorable members, members who are not in this house and are unable to defend themselves, please stay away from speaking and accusing them of that, because we don't have any evidence of what you are saying. Continue, honorable member.
The people of South Africa.
Chairperson, sorry, on a point of order.
Yes.
Sorry, just on a point of order. May I address you? Chairperson, the premiers are not members of this house.
I'm saying that they are not members of this house and they...
The time from the other side. She's not here to defend herself, but that's fine.
Honorable members, what I'm saying is the allegation that was said. And I'm saying we don't have any proof of what was said.
Chair, with all due respect, that's not for us to decide. The member's making a point.
That's why I just said that and allowed him to continue. I'm cautioning, honorable member. I'm just cautioning. Continue, honorable member.
Order, Chair.
Honorable Sope.
Chair, I'm also cautioning you. You must refer to the rule when you do rulings in this house.
Honorable member.
No, Chair.
Honorable
because now,
member.
if the DA didn't stand up, we're supposed to take your ruling, which is unconstitutional.
No.
You must refer us to the rule of this
member.
house.
That you are also not referring to any rule with your point of order, and that point of order is overruled. Continue, honorable member.
But Chair, I'm not the chair of the house. You are the chair of the house.
Sit down.
When you do the ruling, you must also tell us which rule.
Sit down, honorable. Continue, honorable member.
In fact, are continuing to frown every time Mr. Zuma speaks into this house. The members of the ANC on the right, those that have got a mind, they are also frowning whenever Mr. Zuma is speaking. How do you celebrate the removal of other members of parliament who have a responsibility to hold an executive accountable? How do you celebrate when the bench of the opposition is empty, yet you claim that you have delivered a multi-democratic system in this country? How do you sleep at night when 9 institutions of democracy are undermined? All legislation, all institutions of democracy are undermined when the role of legislation is not upheld by this parliament. Have in this country is the judiciary.
Thank you very much, Honorable Rawula. Your time is up. Thank you very much. Isikhulumi esilandelayo ngumhlonishwa Mdakane.